5 Feet Apart is a beautiful, heartbreaking teen romance where two destined soulmates aren't able to stay together due to their illness. This tragic story involves Stella and Will, who both have cystic fibrosis and have to stay 6 feet apart. Stella's life is full of routines, hospital visits, rules, and having to practice self-control. They have restrictions that make them stay a safe distance apart, but as they get closer and closer, their bonds become stronger and stronger, making their urge to throw away those rules stronger as well. This movie has a good representation of cystic fibrosis. It shows the struggles that each individual has to go through and how it affects those around them as well. There are scenes where it shows their daily routine to help the CF and the many risks they have. An example of a risk is at Will's birthday party. He couldn't blow out the candles because it will be too risky for Stella and her best friend, Poe, to eat. An example of their daily routine is a high-frequency chest wall oscillation vest, which is an inflatable vest that is connected to a machine, and the purpose of it is so that it can remove and loosen the mucus in their lungs. We really like a cliche story where the good girl changes the bad boy. Every girl dreams of having a bad boy, well, so they say. Stella, who has survivor's guilt because she lost her sister in an accident, which resulted in her parents' divorce, changes Will, who doesn't care whether he lives or dies. Once he finds out why she's so obsessed with sticking to her regime, he makes a deal with her, allowing her to take control over his regime so he could draw her. This gets them even closer as friends, and eventually they start dating, which is where the title of the movie comes in, since they decide that their illness has taken too much away from them, therefore they should take something back, which is a foot of the length they have to stay apart from each other. Stella's best friend Poe dies in this movie. He died from choking. I believe that he should have died due to CF related reasons, or shouldn't have died at all. It broke my heart to see him die when he had so many plans in the future, and Stella breaking down because she never even got to hug her best friend due to the CF. I do believe that this event plays a significant role since it has changed Stella a lot. Afterwards, she becomes more carefree and living in the moment. I believe that they could have prevented Poe's death as well. The nurses who got the emergency call for Poe thought it was just a joke, so they tried to communicate with him instead of rushing into his room. This delayed the time to get to his room and give him the help he needed. If they were just a little bit faster and responded to the call quicker, then they could have prevented his death. Overall, this movie is good, and I would highly recommend it if you're in the mood for something beautiful and hopeful, yet tragic and tear-jerking. You'll fall in love with the characters, have empathy for the struggles they go through, cry when the devastating scenes happen, and smile when all the happiness speaks through the dark.